Hello and welcome to Snowrunner. First look at Phase 5 new truck. Now, pretty impressed with these new trucks actually. They actually go pretty well. Now this is the Tatra Phoenix, the T815 I think it is. Let's get the, oh, it doesn't even say it on there, but never mind. Yeah, so let's have a quick look on the outside before we go into the garage and I'll show you what's going on. And yeah, this I'm just surprised how well these go. A lot of the time you get your vanilla trucks and they're not that great, but this one, really impressed with it. Nice bit of kit, it really is. So we've got the two coming in, which currently coming in Phase 5 or Season 5. And let's go into the garage and I will show you what options are available for it. So going into engines, we've got the 4 different engines available at the moment, and I've opted for the IMZ. Now these are out on the map as well, so if you just start the game and you go into Phase 5 or Season 5, then you probably have to go and explore and find these. So going on, then we have balance, fine tune, high range, and then an off-road box. I've opted for the off-road box as we're at the proving grounds, so we want to put it through some mud. And then suspension. Now the way the Tatras are set up, you're not going to get a lift on it. It's just the way the suspension is. If it lifts up, then the wheels, they camber in quite a lot. You can see there's a slight little camber on there now, so if they put a lift on it, then it'd be an issue. But there are a few things I'll show you on the I think it's on the bumpers where you can get rid of the front end. So tyres wise, we've got an all-terrain, and then we've got 2 off-road versions, 46 inches, and then we've got 46 on the mud tyres. They're all 46, and then we have got the chained options for it as well. And then winch wise, all your normal standard winches on there. Engageable diff, which I've already purchased that anyhow, and then spare wheel on the back there if you want that. And then we have 2 snorkels, just like that, stock air filter, and then the tuning snorkel. And then add-ons. Now these are currently the add-ons you've got at the moment. This is subject to change because this is an unfinished vehicle at the moment, as they're probably, well, we haven't got textures in the cab as you've seen when we first got in there. So we've got a Tatra sideboard, and hopefully they're going to be able to put a crane in there. They want to put something because that gap there is a little bit too big. What would have been nice if they made that's the sideboard for it. Well, why couldn't they have extended it a little bit more? That's not far off a 3 slot. Now you could probably fit a 3 slot on there, and I'm sure the tweakers will get a 3 slot on there. Then moving on, front side. Now we've got the different visors there, just like that. And then on the rooftop, we've got the double beacons, large roof with fogs, which I've got on. And then we've got like the bar mounted fog lights, which it's got those 2 on the front. Would have been nice to have a few on the top there as well, but that's just me. Rear fenders, then stock bumpers. You've got a winch pipe, light cage, and then the stock. But you can see that one, the light cage, it changes the ground clearance on the front end there. You're still going to hit on the back of it's going to hit the axle first, but that's a nice little addition. So if you are grinding out, I haven't had issues with it grinding out on the new map whatsoever. I've been using this one quite a bit on that. I've had this now for what, about 4 or 5 days, and like I said, really impressed with it. And that's very rare for me. I'm not a fan of vanilla trucks myself. That's my own personal taste. I had too many months of using vanilla trucks struggling, so I don't tend to use them very much anymore. And then we've got external horns, twin horns on there. And then moving on down, we've got exhaust, a couple of different exhaust options. As you can see, there's a stock, and then we've got the heat shielded one and the funnel. Let's have that one today. And then rims, just your normal rims. No colours yet because it's, like I said, it's unfinished, so there probably will be a lot of colours, and no interior customizations where you can see the cab's got no textures in that at the moment. So that is all the options available to you. Now I have been using the one with the tank on the back, and that one seemed to be pretty sound. I'll tell you what, I've got the immersive mode on, or the HUD on and off as it should be called, instead of this bullshit immersive mode. No, it's just the HUD works, that's all. Now it's got a 345 litre tank on it, and when we come back to the trailer store, you can see we can fit most things on there anyway. But remember, it's only a saddle high with no saddle low. Whether they're going to change that, but I'm pretty sure the tweakers are going to change that anyway. I've already got a tweaked version, and I'll be doing a video on that very soon. I've got a tweaked version on the two of them. This is the base game model, and this one was provided to me by Nextage. Big thanks to him for doing that. Awesome. So you can see we've actually got 8-wheel steering on that as well, which you can see the back end there. So all 8 wheels steer, and I like that. So it does give it an alright turning radius, but you can see the front wheels on there, they could go a little bit more. You're going to get some clipping on that back one, but they're not very good. This seems to be the thing with a lot of the mods when they first come out. But like I said, this is as it is, as we've got it. So the tweaked version has already had the wheels sorted out, so we've got a much better turning radius on it. Now we have got switchable all-wheel drive on it, so let's put the all-wheel drive on, and then I think we'll head out round the proving ground. Like, it's not a bad turning radius, but you just know that with those front wheels tweaked a little bit more, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what it is now. So that might be just because they put this in the game, or it don't want to come out like that. It really doesn't. Not when you can get not when the tweakers get hold of it and then they sort it out. It's like, well, why can't Sabre do that? What's the point of having a crap turning radius? Because on the Tatra Force, that one's really bad. This one isn't too bad. So let's hammer on down. Well, we're in the 4-speed box. I thought it was a 5-speed. Perhaps I must have had the other gearbox at the time. So we've got a 4-speed box on this one, and it does seem to be a little bit slower, but I can't remember which other box I was using, and it was absolutely flying. Now we've got mud tyres on as well, so we shouldn't have any issues. Where you do get a little bit of slowdown going through the mud, but you'll find it seems to go pretty well. So we'll take it through the first mud pit, put it into auto, I think, through the first mud pit, just like that. We won't worry with diff lock or anything at the moment, and you find it goes through there without any issues. But this is where you can sort of see the steering radius, where, oh, I tell you what, that's not that bad. That's how come I normally test the steering radius, because you can see if you can go from one pit to the other. With the Tatra Force, it was a struggle, so let's put a bit of diff lock in, and yeah, that did make a lot of difference actually, which is always nice. That's what you want. There's nothing worse than putting diff lock on and there's no difference whatsoever. Now let's go a little bit slower, as that is struggling a little bit there, but it's getting through. This is what I like about trucks. You know, I'm not into super OP really. I like sort of well balanced trucks, but I find the vanilla trucks aren't that balanced. But like I said, these aren't too bad whatsoever. They're really not. Now make sure you drop it in the comments what you think about this one, if you're looking forward to the Tatra Phoenix or not, because I'm looking forward to it, and I've already shown a few videos on the news, on Snowrunner news, and a lot of people are like, yeah, really can't wait to get hands on it. So let's go and take it over and see how this suspension's working on the rocks. And I'll tell you what, we'll go slow so we don't have to smash the bloody thing up, and I can show you the suspension a little bit more. Then you can't really see it that well, but you can see it's a totally different setup to all the other trucks, the Tatras, so you're not going to get a very high lift on it, which is a bit of a shame. But as long as the truck's capable of going where you want, that shouldn't really matter. Let's spin that round, keep it in auto now, and see if we get much damage. I doubt that. I go up to second. Oh no, it tried to jump into second gear then. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that is in second. I'm surprised we have not got any damage on that. Okay, gonna have damage here surely. Always get damage here. There it is. go a little bit slower. That is just flying all over the place there. So let me just go back inside and show you what the crack is here. I don't think I've got my field of view. No, that is right. It is all the way to 130, isn't it? That'll zoom in. Yes. So that was right. Go to 130 and that should give you a maximum. So you can look in the cab and see what you can expect. Rear window in there. Sunroof as well. Have we got, no, the mirrors aren't working at the moment, are they? No working mirrors, no gauges or anything, so they've all got to be sorted. But it's early days yet. So here's the other bespoke add-on for it, which is the fuel transporter, fuel tank on the back of that. That holds 2,000 litres of fuel, and yeah, fits on there pretty nicely. Looks a bit strange with that pump on the back of there, where it does take a lot more room up. Me personally, I'd rather the pump have been behind the cab instead of on the back there, and then we would probably got a little bit more room, because there's a little bit of gap there. But I suppose that's for the spare tyre as well, because I haven't got the spare tyre fitted, so that's probably what that is. But that is the bespoke add-on for the Tatra Phoenix. Now the estimated release time for the phase 5 is the 24th of August, but like I said, estimated. Hopefully we'll get it before that, but we'll have to just wait and see. It all goes on how many updates the PTS has. Now the PTS at the moment, like this is the proving grounds on the PTS, is proving to be very stable. It's we've had quite a few bugs to look at, but overall gameplay wise I found it to be very stable. And everyone I spoke to haven't had any crashes, where a lot of the other PTSs you got a lot of crashes, and that's what slows it up. But they can't release it until they stop those crashes. So you never know, we might get this sooner rather than later. Now we should fly over the next obstacle, as we've got all these wheels, and I'm hoping we'll be able to just span. Yeah, we can nearly span the whole lot, can't we? And no damage. Interesting. We always get damage here. Let's go to a bit of control, bit of diff lock as well. Go up to the low plus, and yeah, that is shocking. They have got a collision mesh in there because we've already received a little bit of damage, but very strange. I wish the damage we could actually control, but it's built into the game and you can't really do a lot with it, which is a bit of a shame. Even if you turn the damage down, you still do get damage if you tweak it. So what does it climb like? Well, to be honest, I don't know. Oh, bugger. Now you can see that front end there. I don't think that's going to dig in. I think we're trying an auto. Oh, it's just catching there, which if you get that and that annoys you, then you can use that other bumper for it. And you see that's not even in with diff lock, and it flew up there for well, not flew up there, it got up there for a vanilla truck. That's pretty good going, unless they've buffed the tyres a little bit. Right, so you are going to run into a few issues here and there if you're trying to climb over rock obstacles and what have you. As you can see, come on baby, get up there. Right, there we go. Now I'm UK Gamer 828. You might not have seen me before, but I've been covering Snowrunner from the day it started, basically. Been doing it for a long old time now. I cover Snowrunner news and do mod reviews, cover the progress on the PTS, and do streaming as well. If that interests you, keep your eye out for me. That's a good place to show you the suspension. You can see the suspension there. See where we're off the ground there. You can see that if you raised it, that's what the wheels would look like. So that's why I don't think you're going to get the raised suspension on there. I was talking to Batawi the other day, and he's tweaking one of these at the moment. They're the next ones I'm going to show you, and he did say the trouble is with the tweaked if you treat the suspension, it just does look a bit stupid, really. So I think that's probably why they put that bumper in, what does away with the lower bumper, so it gives you that higher bit of clearance on the front. So let's take it round this way, and we didn't put it through any water, so let's go and see how it goes through the water. What's the highlight? The highs, yeah, it does drop the fuel burn. So the fuel burn on that at the moment is 16, 15, 15.7. Put it into high, yeah, and that just drop it right down to what, we're on 7 or so. But yeah, we have drunk a bit of fuel so far actually, so it does seem to be a bit thirsty. As yeah, we've used 100 litres in what, not even 10 minutes at the moment. And bear in mind, we haven't really been stuck yet, as when you get stuck, that's when you're going to start burning fuel. I'll tell you what, we won't go into that deep bit first. Whoa. We go over here and then turn our way. I like to go across to the island over here, because you've got the deepest bit. There we go, there's some damage. That's what we like to see. And the Tatra can swim. Goes through the water alright, that's all in auto as well. Nice looking truck. It's a nice looking truck and it goes really well. You are going to be pretty chuffed with this one when it comes out. Now this is going to be available to all platforms as long as you are a year 2 pass holder. If you got that, then you will get this. Whether it's going to be no, it won't be a separate DLC, but if you just buy the season 5 map, then you will also get this as well. It's included in the season 5 basically. So there you go. That is the Tatra Phoenix, and I'll tell you what, let's clean that up a little bit. I love dev tools for doing that. That is the Tatra Phoenix, coming soon, part of the Phase 5U trucks. Looking forward to getting that out, because it's well, like I said, I've been using it for a few days and it's been no issues. Let's put that into low, diff lock, and it starts pulling out whatsoever. Yeah, it seems to go really well. Pretty chuffed with it. Let's just hope they can put some decent add-ons on it, or otherwise we'll leave that for the tweakers. Now the Tatras can be tweaked as well, so on release we might even have the option to have the tweaked DLC ones anyway, which would be nice. Come on baby, get through there. That's the thing, I'm not all, you know, I like them to go through the mud and actually work their way through the mud rather than being OP and they just drive straight over the top. What's the point of that? There's no point of that whatsoever. Well, that's the only thing I find. I'm still getting a little bit used to the steering, where, like I said, the steering isn't great, but once you've got those 8-wheel steering, sometimes it sort of bites and just flips around like that. But it's works in progress. Simple as that, so we can't really complain about it. Righto, that's our first look at the Tatra Phoenix, one of the new trucks which is coming in Phase 5 when that comes out. Now keep your eye out in the, I'll probably do the tweaked version videos either today or tomorrow. It might even be later on today, sort of early hours of the morning UK time, so probably like 12 hours time. I'll go and get the 2 tweaked ones and show you how they go, because they go a lot better. You can see there's a lot of suspension movement there, but nice bit of kit. I am really impressed with it. It's the first vanilla ones that I am, yeah, fair play. I would use this, and yeah, with no issues whatsoever. I will use the tweaked one, but if I didn't have the tweaked one available, I wouldn't have no problem using it. Righto, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this first look at the Tatra Phoenix, and if you did, I appreciate you smash that like button for me, and you know what to do if you want to see more of my content. Thanks for watching. Till the next time, goodbye.